hear the plane? Right under the flight path here. They get pretty loud sometimes. So welcome back, YouTube. It's still Tuesday, July 25th, 2023, 4:34 p.m. and I'm done with my work shift at MLS. Spent most of the day cruising around with Andre, which was cool. That guy is interesting. It's too much to explain, but yeah, he's interesting. I managed to stay away from Ethel or Esther or whatever the heck her name is, which is a good thing. Remembered to shut my headlights off so my battery's not dead. Just tooting at the guy that came out and helped me get my car going yesterday. Look, I was trying to get away from everybody with his phone, but I just wanted to wave, say hey. That guy kind of saved my ass yesterday. All right. So, man, I don't like not having my dashboard clock. It just feels like I'm missing something. Trying to think of the best route home. I mean, realistically, the best route home is the SkyTrain, but that would require me having some kind of transportation plan at the other end and my car not here. It's got to be at Domino's in about an hour and 20 minutes, I'm thinking. I really feel at a loss without being able to look at my dashboard without a clock. That's one of those things I just consider to be an essential function of a car dashboard. Having a clock. I mean, it's been slowly driving me insane, it being, 2, 3, 4 minutes off the way my Saturn clock usually is, but at least I can tell what time it is with that. Right now, I'm just like driving blind as to what time it is. It's got like a strap with a bead in it. Every now and then I set it back in such a way that it's poking me in the back. And not pleasant. You know what I think I'm going to do? Since I don't have to be to work until 6, I think I'm going to go and try to introduce myself to the manager. Hopefully it's not too busy over there. And of course I've completely forgot her name already. I got an email with my schedule on it that was addressed to me, and I responded to it, and it was one of those automated boxes that can't receive replies. I'm so not fond of those. The location of this stop sign has always seemed insane to me. Because basically I'm supposed to come to a dead stop while traffic on the other side is coming from going 65 miles per hour, and being that we're in Phoenix, presumably more. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll take this on up to Thomas. I'm thinking the Domino's is on 24th and Thomas, just a little bit to the east on the north side of the road, if memory serves. Probably I should have double checked that, but I'll just keep my eyes open when I get close. So good day at work at MLS. I really enjoy the job. It's just fun driving around, moving cars. It's honestly one of the most chill jobs I've ever had, and for the most part I feel pretty just independent and on my own. I mean, granted, I was mostly following Andre's lead and riding around with him, but yeah, the left blinker means I'm coming over, dude. I just find it funny when I got a blinker on and making a lane change, and whoever's coming in the lane behind just keeps gaining. Like, where do you think you're gonna go? Doesn't seem interested in the passing lane, though. Doesn't seem more interested in running up on my ass. really need to look at the traffic view before I head out of there at this time of day. I mean, it's all right. I'm exiting at Thomas, but still. I always feel a lot better when I know I'm driving into this sort of stuff rather than just finding it. But hey, at least I don't need to worry about the car overheating right now when I get stuck in traffic like this. Temperature gauge still saying about halfway between a quarter and a half. And air's starting to get pretty cold. By the way, it's insanely hot today. Let's see what the weather widget says on the iPhone. 116. I think it's at 117 when I looked at it right before I clocked out. And our time clocks for MLS are so weird. So when you clock out, you've got to use a number that identifies yourself, which of course I'm not good at remembering numbers. It's a 5-digit number. So I've got it saved where I can quickly get at it on my iPhone. But yeah, you're supposed to input that with your right hand while it does a thumbprint with your left hand. And for some reason, mine just never match. I don't know why it dislikes my fingerprint so much, but yeah, I have a hell of a time. And I've noticed other people seem to have a hell of a time with it too. I had kind of a funny moment at one point. I went up to the office, and there's kind of a window, almost like a teller window, between the break room and then the MLS staff office. And I walked up to it just to get water, because they've usually got bottles of water in there, because it's hot. I'm trying to stay hydrated. I can never remember her name. I want to see Yolanda, but I'm not sure. But the girl who called me to tell me that I was hired for this job and did my initial, I don't want to know if I want to say training, but just kind of drove me around the lot and showed me all the different areas and kind of gave a brief overview of the job without really knowing what role I was going to get assigned to. At least I don't think she knew that at that time. Because there's different driver roles. Like I've been assigned to be a maintenance driver, which I like. I like a lot. From what I've seen of what some of the other driver roles are, I think I kind of lucked into the one that I'd probably be the happiest with. Yeah, she was in the window when I leaned in to ask for some water, and the first thing she said when she looked at me is, "Oh, hey Daniel, you're late." I'm like, and I didn't even have a chance to respond to it. The guy, I think his name is Robert, the one who told me the third time that I came there that it was a red flag that I seemed too eager. He's been super cool to me since I've been there, by the way. Every time I see him, he's just always really positive. Anyway, him and then one of the other women both said almost in unison, "He's been here all day." So it was kind of nice. I didn't have to defend myself. Like, they kind of jumped to defend me right away. And there it is, right there on the left, Domino's. Ooh, and I get to try to turn in left across the wall of traffic. That's so big, I can't. Yeah, you guys can toot at me all you want. You gonna turn in front of that bus? Really? Thanks, bus driver. Well, I'm here. I suppose I should quickly look up the name of who I'm going in to talk to, so I don't seem completely absurd and awkward, because that always helps. I had a really random text message, wrong number today. It ended with, "It was a beautiful misunderstanding." I'm like, where did that come from? It's not like I really texted them either, but I've had times where I've gotten a wrong number text where like the text message conversation's gone on like way longer than it should have, but that wasn't one of those. So I guess they found it to be a beautiful misunderstanding. Anyway, and I got a couple random text messages from Esther, like kind of giving me direction, but in her usual style, it was excessively vague. And of course, I didn't respond to them because by the time I saw them, they were super old. It seems funny that as a leader, she would be text messaging me to give me directions when policy is I'm not supposed to be using my phone while I'm working. I mean, everybody does it. Like, literally everybody does it. But for the most part, I'm not looking at my phone whatsoever when I'm driving. Just period. And generally, the only time I really look at it is when I'm in the Scoob shuttle, car we're using for scoobing. I don't know why they call it that. with the shuttle car, and I'm in the passenger seat. But I don't look at it constantly. But yeah, by the time I was with messages, it was just like, it was so old. And I felt like what she was asking me to do, like I had already done since then without any interaction, just because we were down there and we saw it needed to be done. But yeah, she's an odd duck for sure. And it's Esther. Oh, I keep wanting to call her like Ingrid and Ethel and Mildred. I don't know. All those names are just old lady names. They're all the same to me. I'm trying to find the text message regarding... Here it is. Oh, 727 area code. That's odd. There's a name in here. Sam. It just says Sam, the general manager. Seems like there was a longer name in the email. Oh, it is so hot out today. It's crazy. Mail delivery subsystem address not found. There it is. Domino's store 7643. Samantha. Okay. Yeah, because the one just said Sam, which is not a gender-specific name. Samantha's generally speaking a woman. Anyway, I'm going to go in and try to introduce myself to her and tell her that I'm hot and sweaty and just ask if I can get a Domino's shirt and tell her I want to go home and take a shower before I come back. So that sounds like a good plan, right? Can't believe Obamaphone 3 didn't overheat. Oh, that was kind of awkward. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I didn't just back up. Turn around and there's an Amazon delivery van right behind me. Trying to back into a regular car parking spot. Some of the maneuvers I see these Amazon drivers doing makes me glad I didn't get that job. I don't think I would have really liked it. Love the driving job I have now. So aside from yesterday, where I did the ride out to Tempe and then drove back, I'm completely on a closed course. Like, I'm not on public streets at all. I'm just on this network that consists of a parking garage, a ginormous parking garage that is the Sky Harbor Rental Car Center, and the she's cute. Another Obamaphone tent. It's kind of wild how they're all over. Which reminds me, I still haven't found Obamaphone 4, which is kind of distressing. I mean, I don't think there's anything on there, and it's passworded, so I don't need to worry about it if it is lost, anybody getting on my stuff. But yeah, I don't think there was anything on there that was exclusively on there that I didn't have backed up anywhere. But I still kind of miss it. Like, that was typically the one I would use just to do social media and message people. If Obamaphone 3 and my iPhone were both busy doing processes that take a while. Since both of those I often have doing processes that take a while. I love driving down this street. This has got to be, to me, one of the most scenic streets in the entire city of Phoenix. Starting right here in Shot Avenue. I just wish every street in Phoenix was like this. Even though it doesn't have sidewalks, like I don't even mind. I just love all the mature trees and old houses and thick vegetation. Kind of reminds me of Wheat Ridge, Colorado. I feel like I lived there for about half a year. It's really weird. For a place that I only lived half a year, I remember the address. And I'll never forget the address because it was just so easy to remember. But yeah, I lived at 2800 Quay. It's only a quarter mile that it's like this, but... So nice and scenic. Oh, I sure hope I get this green. I don't think this is a green that stays green very long. I'm going for it. Come on, got this. Nice. down to Oak. I think I'll stop at the Circle K at 36th and Oak. Get my Sip and Save drink, which I haven't yet got for the day. I'm pretty burned out on Mountain Dew. I've had entirely too much Mountain Dew today, which is probably why I'm still wide awake. Hey, which is a good thing, because I think I'm actually supposed to work night until 1. I'm kind of crossing my fingers that they cut me loose early. And normally I'm the guy that doesn't want cut loose early. Normally I'm all about just getting as many extra hours as I can. But yeah, 8-hour shift with a half-hour break in it, followed by a 7-hour shift. I don't know if there's a break involved in it or not, but regardless, 7 hours that I'm on the clock, needing to start and end it at the store, with an hour and a half in between. That's a long work day. I mean, granted, this is kind of my own time right now, but it still kind of feels like work. On that note, I'm awfully near empty. So probably it would be in my best interest to top off before I head out. But man, I do not like topping off at Costco this time of day. Typically the line this time of day is just insane. This traffic light here seems so excessive to me. This one was redone recently, so it's got the newest standard of poles, which are the super thick ones, even when they're not going across a really wide street. But to me, it just seems absurd, where there's just one lane forward traffic and then one left turning lane. They have 3 signals up and across. It seems like overkill to me. Yeah, I should probably just tough that line out and top off my gas tank over at Costco. I don't think I've used my Costco card since I had that big payment go through as an auto debit. I don't know offhand how much I've got available. Pretty sure I got enough clear on it to top off the gas tank. It's often an interesting assortment of homeless people at this particular Circle K. I don't see any out front at the moment, though. Alright, I shall be right back. Gotta get me a drink and probably get myself something to eat. Every time I've ever worked at Domino's, there's always been plenty of free pizza to eat, but I'm not going to bank on that. I definitely need to eat something before I head over there, so I'm not working around food that I'm not allowed to touch with an empty stomach. That's never a good thing. Yeah, I didn't see him. It definitely bums here, and there he goes into the store right now. Came out from the shadows between the red box and the propane. I think he was asking for money. I don't know. He was mumbling. Mumbler! Whatever he was asking for, the answer is no. No, I don't have a cigarette. No, I don't have any foil. No, I'm not selling any blues. No, I don't have any spare change you can have. I have no cash on me at all. I'm just literally rolling with a credit card, a couple of debit cards, and an EBT card. Actually, 2 functional credit cards, but one I'm trying to use exclusively for gas, especially since Domino's has given me a pretty full schedule this week. So I got a feeling I'll be using quite a bit of gas. So, something else I need to get handled quickly is I need to get the Domino's app installed, which has a really low rating in the App Store, which is a little unnerving. So 5:03 p.m. right now, and Well, just got a text message from Priscilla asking me how work was today. I would imagine she thinks I'm done. I haven't even really told her. I mean, I've told her that I'm starting at Domino's, but I haven't told her what my schedule is. She's just made absolutely zero time for me, and every kind of advance I make at her just gets absolutely just denied. So at this point, I had quite the talk about her with Andre. And he's definitely been through some stuff. I feel like his ex-wife destroyed him in some ways, probably more than mine did me. And his is still alive, and he's still, to some degree, having to deal with her. Right, that's the closest I'm having to deal with mine these days. It's just trying to deal with how messed up Allison is, which is not a direct result of her mother, but there's no way that's not a contributing factor. All right, we got a foundation going in for the new house. A vacant lot on the left. So, yeah, that Circle K sucks today. Not only did I have a bum coming up to me and mumbling, trying to bum something off me, but when I got in there, pulled out a 32-ounce cup. I had plenty of 32-ounce cups. That's worth something. And the soda fountain looked like everything was working, and then I tried to get some ice, and one of the cashiers that was stocking near there said, "Oh, there's no ice." I'm like, "No ice at all?" She goes, "No, because of the heat." I mean, what am I going to say to that? I mean, there's ways to manage that. I look back at when it was super hot and Gilligan's was insanely busy and the ice machine at Gilligan's couldn't keep up. And Greg was there with a employee or maybe two, and I put on some longer music videos, went in the back, and we were filling up buckets full of ice from the ice machine at Castaways to run over to Gilligan's, because running out of ice in a bar is just simply not an option. And I've certainly been at restaurants where there's problems with the ice machine, and the ice machine, for whatever reason, isn't keeping up. And yeah, it being 117 out, that's a pretty legitimate reason, but to say, "I don't have any ice," just doesn't seem like an acceptable answer to me. Like, okay, so get more ice. And of course, the whack thing is that Circle K is selling bagged ice. Like, really? Store management doesn't think that honoring their fountain drink subscription is important enough to crack open some bags of ice and throw in the top of the ice machine, since the ice machine can't keep up? I mean, that to me seems like the obvious solution. But nope, no ice, and damned if I'm getting a drink without any ice. Oh, I'm hoping there's a line that I can immediately go into the shade, and there is not. Oh, actually, yeah, there is. Oh, damn it. I was looking at the little lights up above that shows whether there's a pump available. And it showed the third one on the right being available. But it wasn't, because there was somebody pulling into it. All right, that's the first time I've had that experience here. So I need to pay more attention to the actual pumps ahead of me, and less attention to that nifty little LED signal up above. middle pump is available, but I'm not even going to try to squeeze into that. I'll just sit here and wait for this Lexus to finish. And then pull forward to the middle pump. Hopefully. The lines are nowhere near what I imagined they'd be. Oh, and of course, now that I came to this side, the right side is clear. Oh, it feels so good to get into the shade. Welcome back, YouTube. Well, I got a full tank of gas. That's a good thing. 5:13 p.m. The car says hi. Oh, I really want my dang Sip and Save drink. Guess I'll try over at 48th and Thomas. That subscription doesn't become a convenience when I have to drive out of my way to a different Circle K. So I think I'm going to start making sure that all my gas receipts from that one on, since I was damn near at an empty tank. Really, dude? Wow. The guy just totally cut me off. Since I was starting with a nearly empty tank, I'm going to start keeping track of all of my gas receipts. I'm not sure if this is something I'll be able to write off my taxes for Domino's, since technically I'm an employee, and maybe the app thing, like I know there's a reimbursement, maybe that's how that's handled, but I don't know if there's any way I can get credit for what I'm spending on gas, even if it's just a tax credit. I definitely want to do it. Because gas is expensive. It's $3.39 a gallon. Took 10.63 gallons, so 11-gallon tank. I was damn near out. Total of $36.14. And no, it did not go on my Costco card. Costco card was declined. Not happy about that. At one point I was trying to get an app installed to go with that card to help keep track of it better, but I don't think I ever succeeded in getting that done. I still haven't been able to get on my Chase app. That's something I really need to do. So, yeah, my songbookdb.com payment got declined. Of all the stupid payments to get declined, that one's $7. I don't really even think about that one. It just kind of happens on its own. Unfortunately, that business is a one-man operation. SongbookDB is run by a guy named Sean in Australia. I want to say he's in Perth, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But no automated responses from him. Every email, sometimes they're kind of short and to the point, but every email from him is always just very, even the short ones, very personal. So it's certainly a different way to run an internet business, that's for sure. But yeah, I apologize for it, and he's just like, oh, it's all cool and blah blah blah. I haven't got payment through him as quick as I was hoping it would, but I've been with SongbookDB since that was a new website, so he's not the slightest bit worried about me. Ooh. When it just went in from that black car was gorgeous from what I could see. Anyway, hopefully the soda fountain is working here. But I'm not holding my breath. Oh, there she is. Oh. Man, after a long work day of an 8-hour shift and a 7-hour shift, I sure wish I was going home and climbing in bed with someone that looked like that. That would make all the hours I work worth it. And welcome back. 5:22 p.m. And it's a little bit of time I got between jobs, sure is evaporating fast. But I got my Sip and Save drink. Got the pink brisk, which I think is like strawberry melon. It's good and it's really refreshing, and as hot as it is right now, I really don't need soda. course, the shitty thing about coming to this Circle K in the daytime is I'm trying to go left, and there is just no making a left turn right here coming out. And there's so much traffic northbound on 48 that there's no getting on 48 northbound and then making a left. So I get to drive out of my way. Fun. On the bright side, at least my air conditioning is working really good. I'm wondering if I can wear this hat. Somehow I think this probably violates the Domino's uniform policy. Speaking of which, when I popped in there, the manager was not there. A real cute girl came out and talked to me. She thought it was a customer picking up, which, why wouldn't she think that? But she called the manager. I'm assuming Samantha. You know what? I'm just gonna go all the way around the dang block. I'm gonna do 52nd to McDowell back to 46th. It's so out of the way, but with the traffic right now, as awkward as left turns and U-turns would be, it's gonna be less stressful to just turn right, go a mile, turn right, go 3/4 of a mile, turn right again. See if I see any familiar people and toot and wave. So anyway, yeah, she told me which app to download. I have it downloaded. I haven't signed on. And then she had some other app that I had to do a digital signature on, which was kind of odd. And it's about the mileage reimbursement, which of course she doesn't know how much it is off the top of her head. And I'm sure she scrolled past something that told me, and I'm sure what I signed was to verify that I read and agreed with everything. I love how it's, we just need your signature here. And then the signature is always to verify that you've read and agreed with something, but nobody actually gives anybody the time to read that stuff. And what if you don't agree? Then what? Like, I've been waiting for this job literally an entire fucking month. Yeah, it's just so silly the way all that shit is. But, lawyers rule the world, sort of. Allison, my daughter, told me that one of the things that I agreed to with the onboarding documents on MLS was illegal. I took a screenshot of it and showed it to her because it seemed a little odd to me. But it said that I agreed to pay $7 for the safety vest I'm wearing right now. Am I going to fight a big battle over $7? No. And I quite like this safety vest. I actually almost wore this one the other day when I went to HelloFresh delivery. And then I decided at the last moment to instead wear... It's still sitting in here. Wear this standard Amazon orange one. And two reasons I made that decision. One, I figure I want to keep this one as clean as I can, since at this point I would say MLS is my main job. And two, because I realized that was a thinner, more mesh, lighter fabric on the Amazon one, and it gets insanely hot inside the warehouse of the delivery unit. So I figured I'd keep cooler in that one than the one I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing my MLS one right now, by the way. Loving this hat that Allison gave me. I love how it keeps me extremely visible while I'm on the lot, because some people drive through there like fucking maniacs. Speaking of people driving like maniacs, so there was a car today, some kind of Dodge Shelby convertible sports car, muscle car. I don't even know exactly what it was. I'm not into that kind of car whatsoever. I mean, it looked cool, don't get me wrong, but I lost count of how many people I saw driving that car around. I'm like, there's no way that car needed to be moved that many times. There's absolutely no way. And one guy I saw moving it, and I think he works as a car washer. And keep in mind, the car washers move cars as well. They don't move them as far as I do, but they move them from two different zones of incoming cars that have basically passed all the inspections and all the maintenance, and they're ready to be rented. They just need to get washed. That's the last step before they go back up to get rented. And then they move them there to a large outbound zone, and then they have what they call the up and down drivers. At least that's what Andre's been calling them. I'm not sure if that's an official term or not. or if it's just what Andre calls them. But anyway, what they call the up and down drivers. And apparently what they do is they just move the cars up and down the ramp, the ones that don't need to have any kind of maintenance or anything done to them. Like the ones that come in, somebody inspects them, you know, when they get rental return. And if they don't, well, all the bulk trash is gone. That's nice. Love how the dumpster is laying in the middle of the road so far away from the curb. Oh, there's 3 levels, by the way, in the Sky Harbor Rental Car Center, split by what brand they are. And the highest level, which is the 3rd level, is Hertz. Hertz on the larger side, and on the smaller side is the 2 Hertz bargain brands, which are Dollar and Thrifty. Anyway, those guys just run the... they don't mess with the Dollar and Thrifty cars, by the way. The Hertz drivers that actually work for Hertz do that, which I think is part of what I'd be doing if I get hired for the job that I interviewed with Hertz. But at this point, if he offers me a job, I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm good. I'm already working there. I'm sure we'll have a fun conversation on the phone, but I don't see me agreeing to that. I feel like the job I got with MLS is, while it might not have as good of benefits, because I've heard Hertz is actually a union employer, I just get the feeling the job is a whole lot better. What I'm doing versus what I see their guys doing. I'm going inside. Oh, I hate not having a clock visible in my dash. I'll pick up my iPhone and see something. Oh, it's 5:30. I got maybe 15 minutes to take a super quick shower.